So, we are back once again. I hope all of you are studying. So, here I am, CA Anu Agarwal, once again to help you understand and score well in your economics HSC board paper. I know exams are now going to start in next 2-3 days. And now each one of you is in, tension wali situation pe hai. But don't worry, listen to us and trust me, you will be benefited. Today I am taking up chapter number 10, which is foreign trade. The weightage, if I talk about it, usually I see a 2-marker question coming from this particular chapter. But yes, हम जल्दी से इस chapter को पढ़ लेंगे कि अगर कुछ और लिखने के लिए भी आ जाएगा तो we'll be able to do it. So starting typically, what does this chapter has in store for you? First is India का trade pattern कैसा था independence से पहले, बाद में कैसा है, import export वगैरह क्या होता है, features क्या हैं. This is all what we are going to read in this particular chapter. So starting, so before independence अगर मुझसे पूछा जाए that what was the pattern of India's foreign trade? So it was very colonial. We were suppliers of raw material to the industrialized nations, especially England. इससे नुकसान था क्योंकि हमारी कंट्री के जो मैन्युफैक्चरर्स थे उनको as all of us know, indigenous handicrafts used to really suffer because we were selling the raw material to the nations which were more using machines and all to manufacture. Anyway, so now coming up in trade का मतलब तो हम सबको ही पता है, when buyer and seller are coming together, for the purpose of, exchanging goods and services, trade happens. Trade can be internal or it can be foreign. So when we say internal trade, it is buying and selling of goods and services within the boundaries of the nation, right? मतलब अगर हम इंडिया की बात कर रहे हैं, then the trade which is happening within the country. It's like मैं महाराष्ट्र में कोई चीज बना के तमिलनाडु में बेचती हूँ, तो this is within the country. This is internal trade. And when I talk about foreign trade, that means the trade is happening between two nations, right? India manufacturing something and selling it to US. That's international trade. So when the trade is happening between two countries, it is international trade. Now, when we talk about foreign trade, there are 3 types of foreign trade, and let me be very clear, जिसमें से जो third type है वो exam में 2 marker के लिए बहुत आया है. ये है क्या? Import is when you are buying from the other country. That is, I'm talking about India specific. If I'm buying goods or services from a foreign country, let's say I'm buying it from UK, then that will be import. So buying goods and services or purchasing goods and services from another country is import. So it is inflow of goods and services into the country. That's import. Or export iska ulta hoga. Export would be like selling goods and services from our country to the other country. Like India बेच रहा है, सेल गुड कर रहा है यूके को, तो वो एक्सपोर्ट हो गया. तो इंपोर्ट मतलब गुड्स खरीदना, एक्सपोर्ट मतलब गुड बेचना. इंट्रापोर्ट क्या है? हम खरीदते हैं एक कंट्री से और बेचते हैं दूसरी कंट्री को, राइट? फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आई बाई अ गुड फ्रॉम स्विट्जरलैंड एंड देन आई सेल इट टू मलेशिया. That's intraport. So when intraport means purchase of goods and services from one country and selling them to another country. We can be like resellers or it can be for further processing, whatever. So that's intraport. Now, coming up, so as I said, ये 2 marker के लिए is a repetitive question which I've seen. अब foreign trade की importance क्या है, या what is the role of foreign trade? क्यों करना चाहिए हमको foreign का business? जो कुछ भी यहाँ लिखा है उसको तो हम पढ़ेंगे, but एक पहले let us understand. एक होता है मैं अपने ही घर में बिजनेस कर रही हूँ. एक छोटा सा एग्जांपल लेते हैं. इट्स लाइक मेरा एक चाय का शॉप है और मैं वो चाय सिर्फ अपनी ही लोकेलिटी में चाय बना के बेचती हूँ, राइट? मैं कितना ग्रो कर सकती हूँ? आई कैन ओनली ग्रो एंड सेल माई कप्स ऑफ टी डिपेंडिंग ऑन द नंबर ऑफ पीपल विच आर देयर इन माई लोकेलिटी. व्हाट इफ आई start selling that tea in different locations? I'll be able to cater to a bigger market, no? तो पहला तो चीज आप सब लोग ये बात समझ लीजिए that foreign trade, say you actually increase your horizon of doing business. Second most important thing, let's say I'm a chartered accountant. Every time I say I'm a CA, right? But CA maybe there are so many subjects which are being taught to me, but I may specialize in one topic, right? Or one subject, or that could be one area wherein I'm the best, right? अब उससे होता क्या? If you do something in which you are the best, you are able to exceed, right? आप बहुत अच्छा परफॉर्म कर सकते हो. तो इसी तरीके से अब आप समझिए कि एक कंट्री है जहां पर इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर है, एक कंट्री है जहां पे रॉ मटेरियल अवेलेबल है, एक कंट्री है जहां पे लेबर बहुत अच्छा है. अगर ये कंट्रीज आपस में एक दूसरे के साथ ट्रेड करेंगी तो क्या होगा? बेस्ट ऑफ एनर्जीज will be utilized, and the synergy effect would be that best product at the least possible cost बनकर आएगा. That's what foreign trade does. It allows specialization. जिस कंट्री में रॉ मटेरियल अच्छा है, let's say घाना में कोका अच्छा हो रहा है तो कोका हमने मंगा लिया, बट प्रोसेसिंग जो है स्विट्जरलैंड में अच्छी हो सकती है तो कोका वहां से जाके स्विट्जरलैंड में जाता है, वहां पर से चॉकलेट बनती है, वी गेट द बेस्ट ऑफ द चॉकलेट, राइट? सो foreign trade not only helps you to earn foreign currency, it also helps you to specialize, it helps you to increase your ambit of operations. कुछ ना समझ में आए तो जो मैंने अभी बताया इस बेसिस पे भी अगर आपको 3 मार्कर आ जाए that what is the importance of foreign trade आप लिख सकते हो. Now going specifically as per the text, what is the importance or what is the role of foreign trade? तो सबसे important चीज है that it helps us to earn foreign exchange, right? पहला foreign exchange, F. Then it gives an opportunity to the trader, to the manufacturer to go beyond, right? So to extend their manufacturing capabilities or their capability of trading beyond its boundaries. So it encourages investment. It helps you to get foreign exchange. It encourages investment. डिविजन ऑफ लेबर एंड स्पेशलाइजेशन मैंने आपको अभी बताया कि एक कंट्री में रॉ मटेरियल है, एक कंट्री में लेबर है, एक कंट्री में इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर है. सो ईच कंट्री कैन एक्चुअली export and import amongst each other, they can trade amongst each other and allow the other country to specialize in whatever they are good at, right? That's what foreign trade does. So it helps division of labor. So foreign exchange earning ka F, E is for encouraging investment and D is for division of labor, FED, Fed, right? Yes, it allows, जब specialization होगा तो allocation of resources होगा, so it will bring about optimum allocation of resources. Guys, एक चीज याद रहेगी, अगर if you remember division of labor and specialization, you will be able to write the next step point, which will be optimum allocation and utilization of resources, right? So there is a O or A, whichever one word you can want to take it out for the purpose of remembering. So there was a Fed, there was A here. Then of course demand and supply hoga to price equilibrium, it will help the economy to be stable. So stability in price level. It gives consumer lot of choices, multiple choices, right? A foreign trade is highly competitive, so the best product is able to make a mark, so it gives lot of choices to the consumer. So there is M, so there was a S here, stability in price level, optimum allocation, so A here, so A, S, again A is what you can take up or M you can take up, so M, S, A, and it of course brings reputation and goodwill to the country which is able to make a mark for itself in the international scenario. So how many words which we learned? FED, F was for foreign exchange, E was for encouraging investment, D was for division of labor. Division of labor आएगा तो automatically please remember the A, it brings about optimum allocation of resources which are there. When optimum allocation of resources की बात आएगा आपके दिमाग में तो stability of price आना चाहिए, S, right? It will allow you to have multiple choices. M, It'll help you to develop your reputation in the international front. So I hope all of us can understand the importance or what does foreign trade does for us. Yaad ho gaya sabko, right? Foreign exchange, encouraging investment, division of labor, optimum utilization of resources, stability of prices, multiple choices, and your increase of your reputation and goodwill. Now guys, let us understand what has been foreign trade ka composition and direction has changed in last 70 years mein, how Indian foreign trade has gonna change, where is India heading to. So first is there's an increase in share in the gross national income. It has from 25% to it is almost like 48.8% in 16-17. Volume of trade has increased several times. So one is share, the second is volume of trade has increased. Then they talk about the composition. They said earlier, prior to independence, India was more into, exporting primary products like jute, cotton. Now with passage of time, India is exporting manufactured and ready-made goods like jewelry, electronic goods, computer hardware, software. They are holding a prime position. So can you see what is the composition change? Earlier we were exporting primary goods and now we are exporting ready-made goods, right? याद मुश्किल नहीं है guys, अगर आप मन में ठान लो. Imports में composition में क्या change है कि earlier India was into importing consumer goods like medicine, cloth, vehicle, and now India is mainly importing capital goods like chemicals, fertilizers, machinery. It's a very good shift. So import में we have shifted from consumer goods to capital goods. Export में from primary good के export से we have shifted to ready-made goods. India ka maximum trade is through water, right? India is surrounded by water, all of us know that. And iski wajah se new ports have developed because earlier India was mostly dependent on Calcutta, Mumbai, Chennai, but now, so these ports were overburdened. So now new ports have developed, Kandla, Cochin, Visakhapatnam. This is a small table which your textbooks have in order to tell you what is the change. Now, एक 2 marker के लिए direction of foreign trade. So, direction of foreign trade का मतलब होता है कि किस countries से हम import कर रहे हैं और किस countries को हम export कर रहे हैं. That's known as direction. So, direction of foreign trade means the countries to which India is exporting its goods and importing goods and services, right? Again, prior to independence, India की maximum trade was with Britain. Britain used to hold the first position. But after independence, India has developed very good relations with many other countries, US, Japan, whatever. So they are giving you a table for you to appreciate. Now guys, this is for reading sake, right? Trends in Indian foreign trade, kya changes aaye hain since 2001? So they're saying that there's a significant structured shift in imported and exported products and also its geographical what you can say, composition. So India now can be considered as one of the leading exporting countries of textiles and ready-made garments across the globe. Import mein the trend is petroleum has always remained the most important item of import in India. It held almost 27% shares in total imports, which is currently around 31%. After petroleum, it is gold, though up काफी कम हो गया क्योंकि gold prices had increased. Now coming up, fertilizer का import भी पहले बहुत होता था, but now it has slowly and gradually decreased. Iron and steel का भी हम बहुत import करते थे, but वो भी decrease हो गया. तो अब exam में अगर आपको एक 2 marker question आ जाता है कि what is the change in the trend of foreign trade, तो please remember India has shown a significant change in the past 70 years with respect to foreign trade. And then you can start telling that earlier, when it came down to imports, we were the largest import India was doing was of petrol, which was almost like 31%. Then second number it was gold. Though in the recent years, the import of gold has fallen down. Then followed by fertilizers. पहले के मुकाबले फर्टिलाइजर्स का भी इंपोर्ट कम हो गया है. एंड लास्ट बट नॉट द लीस्ट, आयरन स्टील का भी इंपोर्ट हम करते थे, बट दैट ऑल्सो हैज डिक्रीज्ड इन द करंट ईयर. सो करंटली इंपोर्ट्स ऑफ आयरन स्टील, गोल्ड एंड fertilizers has fallen. So this is a trend you can talk about. Then you do get a 2 marker or you can say a short note लिखने के लिए. क्वेश्चन नंबर 3 में आता है for write a short note of balance of payment. बहुत पढ़ाया नहीं गया है, आपको सिर्फ डेफिनेशन ध्यान रखनी है. बैलेंस ऑफ पेमेंट क्या होता है, what is the meaning of balance of payment? So balance of payment is a summary of transaction between the residents of one country and the rest of the world. That's known as balance of payment. So it's a systematic record of all economic transactions which are happening between the residents of one country and rest of the world. So that's what Walter Cross tried to write, that balance of payment of a country is a systematic record of all economic transactions completed between its residents and the rest of the world during a given period of time, usually a year. तो balance of payment की अगर definition लिखनी है, you will write down it is a systematic record of all the economic transaction which is happening between the resident of the nation with the rest of the world at a given period of time, which is usually 1 year. So of course, this is what is required. आपको सिर्फ definition आनी चाहिए. And similarly on balance of payment के हिसाब के साथ साथ they want you to know what is balance of trade. So balance of trade is the difference between the value of countries' exports and imports at a given period of time. Balance of trade is also known as the international trade balance. Balance of payment और balance of trade अलग होता है. Balance of payment is a systematic record of all the economic transactions which have happened between the resident of that country and the rest of the world. Balance of trade is the difference between the country's export and import at a given period of time. इतनी सी डेफिनेशन 2 मार्क्स की, 3 मार्क्स की आपको आ जाती है और आपको इतना ही लिखना है, या डिफरेंस आ जाता है, या क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 के डिफाइन एन इकोनॉमिक कंसेप्ट में दे में गिव यू अ लाइन एंड यू हैव टू आइडेंटिफाई इट्स अ बैलेंस ऑफ ट्रेड और इट्स अ बैलेंस ऑफ पेमेंट. और जब वहां पर वो 2 मार्क्स के लिए आता है, आपको पहले कंसेप्ट आइडेंटिफाई करना है, फिर उसका मतलब समझाना है. सो बैलेंस ऑफ ट्रेड, इफ एक्सपोर्ट विल बी मोर देन द इंपोर्ट, बैलेंस ऑफ ट्रेड पॉजिटिव होगा, और अगर बैलेंस एक्सपोर्ट कम होगा इंपोर्ट से तो बैलेंस ऑफ ट्रेड नेगेटिव होगा. दैट्स व्हाट दे से. इफ एक्सपोर्ट वैल्यू इज ग्रेटर देन द इंपोर्ट वैल्यू, इट इज कॉल्ड एज ट्रेड सरप्लस, एंड इफ द इंपोर्ट वैल्यू इज ग्रेटर देन द एक्सपोर्ट, देन इट इज नोन एज ट्रेड डेफिसिट. Now this is all guys as far as examination is concerned. तो मेरे लिए from this particular chapter you should know what do you mean by intraport. ये आपको इकोनॉमिक कंसेप्ट में आ जाता है, बाइंग फ्रॉम वन कंट्री एंड सेलिंग टू द अदर कंट्री. वी डिड डिस्कस द इंपॉर्टेंस ऑफ फॉरेन ट्रेड, वी डिड डिस्कस द कॉम्पोजिशन एंड द ट्रेंड ऑफ फॉरेन ट्रेड. अगेन फॉर 2 marker or 3 marker, 2 definitions which are very important, that is of balance of trade and balance of payment. So with this I put an end for my session today. It was a small chapter. मैंने आपको important बता दिया इसमें से क्या 2-3 चीजें जो आपको आना चाहिए. इंट्रापोर्ट, बैलेंस ऑफ ट्रेड, बैलेंस ऑफ पेमेंट, एसेंशियली ट्रेड डेफिसिट, ट्रेड सरप्लस भी पूछा जा सकता है. तो अगर एक्सपोर्ट ज्यादा है इंपोर्ट से तो ट्रेड सरप्लस, एक्सपोर्ट कम है इंपोर्ट ज्यादा है तो ट्रेड डेफिसिट. बस इतना सा ध्यान रखिए, एंड दैट्स ऑल व्हाट यू नीड टू स्कोर दोज वंडरफुल मार्क्स in your HSC board economics paper. We'll meet you in the next class and we'll be taking up and discussing the next chapter. Till then, please do like. If you have enjoyed my session and you have gained something out of it, then please do share it with your friends. Till now, if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do that. See you in my next class.